you were one of the first people to go into Afghanistan, ended up doing 10 separate tours to Afghanistan, which is just absolutely mind-blowing to someone like me. It's just a crazy story to hear. I wanted to walk through because one of the many things that several different outlets have covered is that you actually went to Afghanistan on horseback. And I think that people hear that and it doesn't even relate to like modern society. Like we know we have amazing tanks, we have tracked vehicles, we have the best Humvees in the world. And you went on fucking horseback. When you got the word that this was going to go down, you as a leader of men, what was going through your mind and how did you prepare soldiers who weren't exactly proficient on horseback to take on the Taliban on the back of a horse?
Well, of course, you got to be adaptable, right? So I think one of the strong points of the guys that I served with my entire career in special operations was that flexibility and adaptability factor, and what are we going to do now? And, we in the Army, we have field manuals. One of the things that one of the terms that we coined was, FM, field manual, wing it, right? This is coming out of the wing it. And so there is a distinction that I have to make because it gets conflated. The movie 12 Strong is based on the team that was up north. I was down south. We're all doing the same things, but the team in the west, the team in the north, the team in the east, the teams in the south, we're all using horses, donkeys. We were using pickup trucks, Toyota pickup trucks. And so it was really just what made sense for the particular mission. Where were the guys, where did they have to go? What did they have to do? And, they had the flexibility to task organize. And one of the points that I was going to make earlier, but you told me to wait, was we used horses all the way up to 2011.
And
a lot of people don't know that because they were the best way to infiltrate into the safe havens of the Taliban and Al-Qaeda in the mountainous territories in Afghanistan because they could see vehicles coming, right? But it was very hard for them to adapt to us coming in on horses. And our guys were very, very successful at using the horses.
Where did you get the horses?
On the trail.
Yeah,
like whenever
how does
you're
this
in
even-
Afghanistan, how do you even come across, like, they drop you out of a C-130 and you have a horse between your legs, like
No,
I would with
no.
a military working dog?
The Afghans have the horses. Now,
General
these aren't...
Dulcim's men gave you the horses? General Dulcim's men gave you the horses?
Well, I was down south, so
Okay.
it was the village and tribal elders down south that had all the donkeys and had all the horses. Up north, I'm sure Dostrom, gave them the horses, but I don't know. But I do know that once we had our horses, particularly up in the Orazgan province up north, we had our own stables up there. So we hired Afghans to take care of the horses, to take care of the tack on the horses. The first rotation, the first two rotations where guys didn't know how to ride horses and we hadn't got that in the training regimen yet, it was high adventure for them, right? And some people are afraid of horses.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Because
big
you do
animal.
go through,
Yeah.
even in like normal combat scenarios, you do go through growing pains because you train as much as you possibly can for the environment that you're going to be in. But there's certain things that you don't think about.
Right.
Like, for example, whenever you're doing when you leave America and you go to Afghanistan or Iraq and you start wearing night vision goggles again and you hadn't done it in like 3 weeks, your neck's sore because the weight is different and you're like, why is it sore after just this time? I can't imagine what your legs feel like if you're not a horseback rider and the first time that you're doing it is in a combat zone.
Yeah, well, it's really your ass,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's really taking most of the beating,
Right.
In your lower back, until you learn how to sit right. And some of the horses came with tack, others did not. So sometimes you're bareback with a blanket. Sometimes so we policed that up as our guys got better and moved forward. But I was a huge proponent of maintaining the horses. And I left in 2011 on a tour, did a short 10 months in the Pentagon and then came back for another year. And when I came back from 2012 to 13, the commander before me that had replaced me got rid of the horses. And I thought that was a bad idea. Because when I went out and said, okay, where's the horses? They were like, oh, the horses are gone now. That was a decision.
I bet you weren't as calm as you just were then.
I was disappointed, right? Because that was a viable way. Well, one, it was a way to keep Afghans employed, right? And it was a way to to gain intel from those Afghans that we kept employed. It was a way to gain their loyalty. They took care of the horses for us. They fed the horses. They cleaned the horses. They cleaned the stables. It was a great thing.